Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Jyotirmayananda channel. We focus on spirituality, a journey to self realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings of the scriptures and enjoy daily satsang with us. We are currently exploring the book The Art of Positive Feeling, authored by Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj and narrated by Swami Nikhilananda. We are currently discussing the vice of delusion or moha. Crossing the river of Moha. A popular story about Tulsidas ji, the saintly author of the Ramayana, gives humorous yet important insight into the tricks played by the mind due to infatuation or exaggerated attachment. This aspect of moha hinders an individual's practical sense, while it also leads him astray from that which is conducive to spiritual advancement. When Tulsidas ji was a young man, he became strongly attracted to a young lady and he married her. Soon he became so enamored of his wife that he forgot everything else. According to the story, shortly after they were married, Tulsidas ji's wife had to go to her parents' home for a while. During that time, young Tulsidas, feeling that he could not live without her, decided to visit the house where his wife was staying in a village just across the river. During a stormy night in the rainy season, Tulsidas ji set out on his mission. When he reached the river, he found something there in the darkness that he thought was a raft. So he sat down upon it and rowed. Actually, it was not a raft at all, but it was a dead body. However, due to his haste, Tulsidas ji never realized this. After he crossed the river, Tulsidas ji went to the house where his wife lived. To his dismay, everything was locked up for the night. Thus, the next challenge before him was to reach the upper story of the little building where he could find her sleeping. Tulsidas ji saw what he thought was a rope hanging on the building, and he caught hold of the rope and climbed it. It was not a rope but a snake, and Tulsidas ji did not realize it till the early morning. Finally, when he knocked at his wife's door, she was amazed to see him. Rebuking him, she said, "You could have waited. Why did you come like this? If you had so much love for the Lord as you have for me, a mortal person, you would have attained God realization by now." This unexpected rebuke from his wife made the mind of Tulsidas ji immediately reflective and awakened many of his previous spiritual samskaras or impressions. He realized how, pressured by his desires, he had not known what he was doing during the night. He had considered a dead body as a raft and a coiled snake as a rope. He was awed by the power of his mind to do seemingly impossible things under the sway of desires. So, if the same type of longing were to be directed towards God, one could attain liberation in a short time. Thus, reflecting after being rebuked by his wife, Tulsidas ji suddenly experienced an internal awakening and made a resolve, a sankalpa, to attain God realization. He realized how foolish it was for him to have devoted all his energy to things that are transient and vowed to direct his sentiments only towards Lord Rama. Step out of the waters of delusion. The great message of all spiritual teaching is that you have a choice. You can either keep ducking into the stream of ignorance and moving from illusion to illusion, or you can enter the stream of knowledge and recapture your essential identity as the divine self. Reflect upon this story about Narada and his experience in the turbulent waters of moha or delusion. Once upon a time, sage Narada went to Vaikuntha, where Lord Vishnu dwells. When the sage entered, Vishnu welcomed him warmly, but to Narada's surprise, Goddess Lakshmi put a veil before her face and turned away from him. Dismayed and perplexed, Narada asked Lord Vishnu, "Why did the goddess turn away from me? I, who am so pure minded, a person of great austerity." Lord Vishnu replied, "The ways of the goddess are mysterious. She is the embodiment of Maya or cosmic illusion and thus very difficult to understand. O Narada, so too one never knows the subtle delusion that operates through one's unconscious." Narada then pleaded before Lord Vishnu, "O Lord, show me your Maya. Let me understand what it is." Lord Vishnu said, "Very well, soon I will explain it to you. But let us go for a ride and relax for a while in the heavenly world first." He then invoked the presence of a great bird, Garuda, who swiftly appeared and carried them through the blue sky until they came to a beautiful and enchanting place abounding with crystal clear streams and trees laden with blossoms. There, Lord Vishnu said, "Let us take a plunge in this wonderful stream and then rest." Said Lord Vishnu, "You go first, Narada." "Yes, my lord," said Narada, and he handed Lord Vishnu his veena, a stringed instrument he carries with him wherever he goes. Then Narada entered the water. The moment he put his head under the water, his whole personality and body changed, transformed by Maya. When he emerged, there was no Lord Vishnu, no Narada. There was a beautiful lady, well dressed and bewildered by her presence in the water, not knowing where she came from or who she was. As she stood there in confusion, King Taladhwaja passed by his royal retinue as they were engaged in a hunting expedition through the forest. Suddenly he saw the lady and was immediately enchanted by her beauty. "Who are you?" said Taladhwaja. The lady replied, "O king, I do not know." The king proposed that she become his queen, and the lady agreed because she felt so alone and did not have any protector. Thus the lady became the supermost queen of the great king, who loved her the most of all his wives. Time passed, and the lady, whose name became Saubhagya Sundari, remained completely unaware that she was essentially Narada. In the course of time, she bore 12 sons, one after the other. As these sons were growing up, the lady, who was really Narada, was constantly involved in solving the problems of her large family, tending to quarrels, celebrating birthdays, caring for sickness, delighting in their attainments. In the course of time, a powerful enemy attacked the kingdom. In order to meet that enemy and his vast army, the king, along with his sons, went out to battle. And a fierce battle it was, resulting in the death of all the royal sons of Saubhagya Sundari. The king, however, although badly defeated, escaped death. When the queen came to know of the defeat of her husband and the destruction of her family, she experienced intense grief. She rushed to the battlefield to see the bodies of her sons, whom she loved so dearly, and there she grieved even more intensely. At that time, Lord Vishnu, in the form of an old ascetic, appeared before her, saying, "O lady, why do you grieve? This is the nature of things. All that is born must die. Further, by grieving, you do not help the departed souls. You should rather enter the water of the stream and perform rituals and prayers for the peace of those souls." The queen plunged into the stream and she emerged. She found herself again transformed into Narada. Lord Vishnu was there smiling, holding the veena of the sage in his hand and saying, "O sage, why did you spend such a long time in the water?" And Narada realized then, with great wonder, that all his experiences had been nothing but the mysterious workings of Maya Shakti. Essentially, we are all Saint Narada. We are all divine, free of all sorrow and misery. But when we enter the stream of avidya or ignorance, the enchanting stream of the conditioned mind, we are transformed into a jiva or individualized soul. And as an individualized soul, we become wedded to our ego, involved in the world of moha and mamta. Mamta is mindness, and spend our years struggling to find solutions for problems in the world of time and space, where there are no permanent solutions for anything. Absorbed in Moha's empire, our family, friends, and material possessions, we find it natural to think that these are the only things of importance. As a result, we live only for these perishable things, not realizing that we are essentially the spirit, beyond time, beyond space. Through spiritual sadhana or discipline, however, we eventually develop vairagya or dispassion and realize that everything will pass away. Nothing that we depend upon can be dependable all the time. We gain insight into the subtle and mysterious workings of Maya and strive to learn the art of mystic awakening. When our personality has been fully integrated, we are led to another kind of stream, or Jnana Ganga, or the stream of wisdom and knowledge. The moment we enter into that stream, we emerge in our own essential form, as if awakened from the sway of Lord Vishnu's Maya or illusion. We find the divine self smiling before us. We can cast off the illusion of the sense of individuality, and then we emerge as Brahman. All our miseries and sorrows, all the experiences of countless embodiments fade from our view like the experiences of a long dream. Then we realize I am Brahman, the absolute self. Om Tat Sat. So we will continue this chapter of delusion or moha, and tomorrow we will cover the story of Punya and Pavana. Hari Om Tat Sat.